keepers of the past across New England, the keeper of lights holds an important position here at Gillette Stadium, sounding the fog bell and signaling that it's time for football in Foxborough. Let's close out the weekend with what should be a good one on Monday Night Primetime between the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots. Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And away we go on Sunday Night Primetime. Fields this one at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So out come the Patriots, ready for their first possession. They'll be led out by last year's 3rd overall pick. He started 12 games last year as a rookie. That's Drake May.
It really took no time at all for May to prove, well, he's a franchise quarterback and worthy of that top 5 pick. Got his first start in early October, and all he did was throw for over 2,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. And don't forget about those 400 yards on the ground. He's an athlete, too.
They'll run it with Travion Henderson. And our first play of the game is going to net them a single yard.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Putting a receiver in motion. This is Henderson on 2nd down. Having gained up about a handful there. Stopped by Deion Henley.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. May now from the gun. Has him on a quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st and 10 from the 43. He's got it on the bootleg. Did not like what he was seeing, Bronson. He's just going to hurl this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Man in motion, headed right. May trying again here on 2nd. Launch this one up, looking deep to the right side. He's got it inside the 25. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's a New England first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Shotgun handoff to Henderson. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front row. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Operating from the gun. Here's May. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he stopped as we get closer to our first points of this ball game. It's going to be 1st and goal now.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It can be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Because once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
From the gun, it's May. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, for a great opening drive, this is where you can run into that speed bump. We see it all the time, getting down near the end zone and trying to find your way in.
Yep, operated so well and efficiently, but when you get into the scoring zone, the red zone, that's when the pressure ramps up.
Here's May, 3rd and goal. Setting up the screen with Henderson. And he hits a wall at the line and goes nowhere.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
So now on 4th down, Andres Borregales leading the Pats field goal team out for a try. A very short kick here from the right hash. Borregales connects. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
With how well they were eating up yards and 1st downs, you know that kicker wanted to come out for a PAT, but he'll take a field goal, and he'll take 3.
Now Borregales on to send it away. Darius Davis to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They're led up by the 6th-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert.
Just ho-hum, more of the same production from Herbert in year 5. In fact, it was the cleanest football of his career, Kate. 23 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. But he's got to check that box of playoff wins. And that's not easy to do in this AFC.
1st and 10, here's Herbert. That one's complete, Mario Hampton. He's taken down after reaching the 30. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Herbert from the gun. Short pass brought in. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers the 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. More from Gillette Stadium in just a minute. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They're looking at 1st down here. Out of the gun, here's Hampton. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Harold Landry making the tackle.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
1st down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Herbert. He gets this one to Gadsden. He gets it up a little shy of midfield. Marcus Jones ranging over for the stop.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. and that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. Johnson finds the football complete. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. Herbert back to throw. Great coverage all the way to the sideline. They're on him to end that quick pass before he can get vertical.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
They break the huddle. It's 2nd down now. Throwing now, Herbert. Going with a screen to Hampton. Good defensive effort here. Drives them back across midfield onto their own side.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Herbert here, 3rd and long. He's going to try to drop it in, deep right. He's got it inside the 10. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Chargers, first down. 1st and goal, Chargers.
I have loved this opening script. Aggressive, taking your shots. You know, the numbers tell you get an explosive play on a drive. In the NFL today, you're typically going to score. With that shot down the field, well, they're knocking on the door in the red zone.
Hampton. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Sunday night primetime on the other side. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Hampton. And this time he's in. Touchdown, LA. The Chargers get some late points and the lead. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. On the return, here's Travion Henderson. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Patriots offense headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Patriots lining up. It's 1st and 10. Here's made in the air. He finds his running back, Henderson. He's taken down after reaching the 30. Benjamin St. Just getting up to end that play.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Throwing the out route complete. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. To throw. Here's May. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Patriots punt team coming out with former 6th-rounder Bryce Behringer to do the honors. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. The Chargers and Omarion Hampton out there on offense once again. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Throwing on first is Herbert. Completed over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
You know, kid, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. Throw left side. Grabbed by Allen. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. First and 10 from the 43. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. It's the first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Now Herbert again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's going to give the Chargers a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them the first down.
Motioning left is Johnston. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10 from the 43. It's Herbert once more. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Cameron Dicker out for the Chargers now to attempt this field goal. This from 48 on the left hash. Dicker connects there and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Okay, that's just an excellent play call to get a chunk of yards and set up that field goal before halftime. Job well done.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And it looks like we're going to have time for one more play here, Brock, as this one goes for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Boys, we got this. Yeah, keep it up. Keep it up.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Back to throw it. Lobs this one deep down the left sideline. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks for that update, Scott. Welcome back, everyone, for the third quarter. Had a one-touchdown game here as we get you back down to the field. Now Borregales on to send it away. On the return, here comes Davis. His effort's going to get him to that 32-yard line before he's taken down. Here come the Chargers for their first drive of the second half. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
First and 10 from the 32. Here's Hampton, open the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. And bring the tight end in motion. Herbert now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
He was looking Keenan Allen's way there. So that brings up 4th and long.
Kate, I've talked to you over the years of the transition to the NFL where the windows to throw are small. On 3rd down, smaller. Put dime defense on the field, and those windows become almost non-existent.
The coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Patriot offense making their return to the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. New England bringing the offense to the line. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Henderson. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
first down, and they go right back to him. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground here with Henderson. He takes this up to around the 46, and that's going to leave him a yard at most from that marker on 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Trying to sneak May. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
It takes an impressive amount of strength, that low man winning, to hold the line against a sneak, even when you know it's coming. That's well done.
Now, not a traditional spot we see teams going for it, but they only need a few inches. Running for it, it's Henderson. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
He only needed an inch, Kate, and it was a good thing because he had to fight for that. That defense put up a game effort, nearly made the play to get themselves off the field.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Sticking with Henderson. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Chargers territory. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the gun, it's May. The catch made over the middle. And they make the stop. I'm going to say it about the 37-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And the Patriots will have a 1st down.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
To the air on 1st down, May. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
After the sack could really use a big play here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, here's May. Hits his running back. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
May now on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. That's the end of 3 on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Patriots with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Handoff headed left. Henderson. And he got what he could there, only to the 14. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. They send the tight end in motion. Henderson here from the gun. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up third down. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
To the air on third and long. Making the call himself. And this is going to be a New England touchdown. The Patriots now trail by just a point in the fourth. Drake made the touchdown.
Hey, Kate, that play, I don't think it started out as a touchdown run. I think he was thinking first down, but all of a sudden, a little bit of space opened up, those afterburners kicked in, and he made himself and his team a phenomenal play.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the fourth. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. On return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They're headed out there after just watching their lead disappear, but going off of that, an opportunity does exist now for an immediate answer.
And I'm going to say the quiet thing out loud here, Kate. There is a part of this offensive group that just loves this opportunity. They get the chance right now to answer, and not just that, but possibly come up with a game-winning drive.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Play action now for Herbert. A dangerous throw. He almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down. Well, this goes for every player in every sport, Brock. Fatigue in the 4th quarter. So that can mean dropped interceptions just as much as it can mean a dropped catch, too.
And believe it or not, Kate, quarterbacks, they can get fatigued, too.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much physically as their buddies running around and hitting, but mentally. You just get tired there as a passer. You start to assume, and that's a dangerous place to play.
They come crashing down on that receiver screen, and they take him down behind the line.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
3rd down, Pat's going with a few extra defensive backs this time. And he could have a free play here. Into the hands of Gadsden. He's out of bounds as there's a flag down. This one should be on the defender who jumped early. So they'll decline this and take the results. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. They'll run here following the penalty. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. He puts some air under it deep down the left. Well, it would have been a big completion, Brock, if not for that meddling defender who knocked it away. And that sets up 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Now Herbert to throw. On the quick slant, he's got Allen. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun give to Hampton. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Foxborough. Chargers in range for a game-winning score. Going to the ground again on first. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Setting up to pass. Gets this to McConkey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
That's another Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Hampton. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone. Timeout taken by the Patriots. They're 1st to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. That's low and bounces short of his man.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. On the counter, it's Hampton. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Now we're going to have a timeout by New England. It's 2nd. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Back to throw. Going with a screen to Hampton. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Now the Patriots calling their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Second and goal coming up from the 7. Here he is to throw. Oh, my goodness, it's intercepted! That's Carlton Davis.
Yeah, I totally get it. You pass it here, because that's what's comfortable. Largely, it's what you did to get down inside the red zone, but so often what works in theory doesn't work in practice, and it can lead to some pretty nasty results.
The Patriots running their offense out there. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. First call here coming from the shotgun. He'll look to throw it. Completed over the middle. And get him 5 yards as he gets this up to the 25.
Complete to Hunter Henry. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Offense to line. This is 2nd and 4. From the gun. Throwing the out complete. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. First down throw for May. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. That's no way to end a game, right, Brock? Can't have a defensive penalty on the final play, so an untimed down coming up. The kick is good. He got it! And the 3rd time he puts it through will be the charm. They won it! So this is a win for the Patriots. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Patriots emerge as winners, as with that, we'll sign off from New England.